Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments, because today's story is one of the most shocking and controversial developments in the Middle East. Reports have emerged of 5 powerful explosions rocking Qatar in what analysts are calling Israel's boldest attack since October 7th. This is not just another flare-up in the region. This could reshape alliances, energy markets, and even the fragile balance of power between Gulf nations, Israel and Iran. Let's break it all down from the outside to the inside, examine performance, safety factors, unique selling points of this operation, its political price, and what conclusions can be drawn. From the outside, the immediate exterior picture is startling. Qatar, known as one of the wealthiest nations in the world, with glittering skyscrapers, natural gas riches, and modern stadiums built for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, suddenly turned into the scene of smoke plumes and fireballs lighting up the night sky. Witnesses describe massive shockwaves that rattled windows kilometers away, with thick black smoke rising high above Doha. For years, Qatar presented itself as a hub of diplomacy, luxury, and sports a safe zone in a volatile Middle East. But this exterior view has been shattered. The explosions marked the arrival of a new reality that even countries often considered untouchable could find themselves in the crosshairs of regional conflict. Moving inside, the interior of the story becomes even more complex. Short reports suggest the explosions targeted areas linked to intelligence coordination, supply facilities, and possibly energy infrastructures. Some insiders claim that warehouses believed to be hosting material transfers between Hamas and sympathetic networks were the actual targets. Qatar, after all, has been a supporter and mediator for Hamas, funding reconstruction in Gaza and offering safe passage to political leaders. The interior situation is therefore sensitive. The blasts did not simply damage buildings, they attacked Qatar's political credibility and its role as a mediator. Inside the government, panic reportedly erupted as leaders held emergency security meetings to decide whether to publicly accuse Israel or attempt to contain the narrative quietly. The interior reaction shows the nervous fragility beneath Qatar's polished modern exterior. Looking at performance, Israel's strike demonstrated a chilling level of precision. According to intelligence sources, the weapons used may have been advanced stand-off munitions or long-range drones capable of bypassing Gulf defense radars. This suggests the performance of Israel's military continues to evolve, not limited to operations against Hamas or Hezbollah, but able to strike deep into areas considered diplomatically protected. The 5 explosions were not random. Each appeared to be carefully chosen to deliver a message without causing mass civilian casualties. The performance metrics here are brutal efficiency, accuracy, and psychological impact. Israel wanted to show that distance, wealth, and diplomacy will not shield actors from consequences if they are seen as aiding its enemies. Safety features in this operation are paradoxical. On one hand, Israel reportedly took steps to avoid heavy civilian deaths, possibly timing strikes at night to minimize human casualties. This is in line with Israel's long-term policy of targeted precision operations. On the other hand, safety for Qatar's civilians and workers was compromised as the blasts caused panic, traffic chaos, and at least minor injuries. The psychological safety of Qatar's population is now shaken. People who believed their country was insulated from war now realize that even the wealthiest Gulf state is vulnerable. Safety is also in question for U.S. forces stationed at Al-Udeid Airbase in Qatar, one of the most important American military facilities in the Middle East. Was this base indirectly threatened? Did Washington greenlight the operation? The safety net is thinner than ever. Unique selling points of this event, if we think in terms of geopolitical strategy, are striking. First, Israel proved it can hit not only militant groups but the state-level sponsors who host and protect them. Second, the operation signaled a dramatic widening of the conflict zone extending beyond Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, and Iran to include the very heart of the Gulf. Third, it showcased technological superiority. the ability to penetrate layers of Qatari and allied radar defenses undetected. Finally, the attack carried a diplomatic message to Qatar, Turkey, and even the United States. Hosting enemies of Israel comes at a price. This is why many analysts call it Israel's boldest move since October 7th, when the Hamas attacks ignited a regional firestorm. Speaking of price, the consequences, the political price may be enormous. Qatar now faces the possibility of losing its reputation as a mediator. Other Gulf states, such as Saudi Arabia and the UAE, may quietly welcome Israel's warning to Qatar, since they have long resented its sponsorship of Islamist groups. But publicly, they cannot support such an attack without undermining their own sovereignty. The US is placed in a tight spot, balancing its strategic partnership with Qatar against its unwavering alliance with Israel. Energy markets are already reacting nervously. Qatar is the world's top exporter of liquefied natural gas, and any hint of instability could send global prices soaring. The financial cost of damage may be manageable for Qatar, but the geopolitical price could be devastating for its influence in the region. In conclusion, these 5 explosions represent more than physical damage. They mark a dramatic expansion of the conflict, a warning shot across the bow of state sponsors of Israel's adversaries, and a wake-up call to the illusion of safety in the Gulf. The exterior image of Doha's skyline was pierced by fire and smoke. The interior halls of government were shaken into crisis. The performance of Israel's strike was precise and ruthless. Safety for civilians and soldiers alike is more uncertain. The unique selling point was Israel's ability to project power deep into new territories. The price includes Qatar's diplomatic credibility, regional alliances, and possible global energy shocks. This is a turning point in the war's trajectory, one that could either push towards escalation or force Gulf states to rethink their ties with armed groups. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the Middle East has just entered a far more dangerous phase.